Rich, how do I go ahead and navigate or thrive in a toxic work environment working in the tech industry? So in today's video, I'm just gonna go ahead and have a very honest conversation with you about how you should manage your expectations and to some degree, some coping mechanisms for your mental health when you're working in a toxic work environment in tech. I can't speak with other industries because I haven't worked in it, but when you're talking about tech, here's what I'm going to go ahead and tell you to do, and I'm going to try to be as sympathetic as I can be, also try to give you very actionable advice. The best thing for you to go ahead and do when you are in a toxic work environment is you could either confront the person that is projecting the toxic over to you, the negative energy to you. That is one thing that you can do. The second thing that you can go ahead and do is to actually report this person to HR, but ultimately you will get to options number 3 and 4, which is you have to come to a decision whether or not you're gonna leave, and number 4 is you're gonna have to come to a decision whether or not you are ready to basically start your personal brand and launch a few side hustles with the experience and the expertise that you know. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, again with the selling, I'm just gonna be very, very, very transparent with you. Yes, I'm gonna sell you to take my program in how to build a side hustle and how to go ahead and build a personal brand so you can go out there and make money outside of your 9-to-5 job. And yes, it's gonna go ahead and require effort, but no, it's not gonna require as much effort for you to deal with the bullshit that you deal with on a daily basis. If you are setting the expectation that there is an easier job, that there is a job out there where there's gonna be no bullshit and no toxicity, I don't know if that's actually a word, in the tech industry, especially in 2024 going into 2025, you are utterly fanciful and you are setting the wrong expectation, and that's gonna be what's really driving you crazy. Almost every office and every company in the tech industry across the board is a toxic work environment. And even the ones that are not, coming from somebody that used to be in tech recruiting, they eventually become a toxic work environment because the majority of these managers are really bad at what they do. And worst off yet, they're not only really bad at what they do, they're really bad at managing their own stress and their own inability to be effective at their job. And that's why they're projecting their anger and their insecurity and their anxiety all over to you. Unfortunately, you are on the receiving end of all of that. So any job that you get, the only value that you have is milking that brand, that title, that role, that company's logo to go ahead and build up your own income streams on the side to eventually quit. There is no such thing as a company where it's going to be an awesome place to go out there and work at forever. I was in tech recruiting for 3 years back in California, and I can tell you that wholeheartedly. Even the companies that are cool and they are fun, eventually they become successful. And when they become successful, they get more funding. That means more investors. That means they hire more people. And that means it starts getting corporate really fast. And that means it also becomes not as fun of a place to work at anymore. And then they all scour to the next place that they hope is going to be it's just a temporary delay of the inevitable that is just going to be a shitty place to work at. I've seen so many of those types of companies working in Silicon Beach for the 3 years that I was fortunate enough to go out there and actually be over there after graduating from Loyola Marymount University. So eventually you're just going to have to go ahead and leave. In the meantime though, you still need a job. So what are you going to go ahead and do? My advice is go ahead and do this. You want to go ahead and manage your expectations with whoever is giving you crap. And this could be either they're giving you just this could just be an attitude that they're giving you and they're not coming after your performance, but they're just not being very nice. You can confront them about that. Or this is a person that outranks you and they're attacking your performance when legitimately speaking, you've done nothing wrong. In both instances, what you have to go ahead and do is actually document what's being done to you in a chronological order. Come with your receipts and facts ready to go. Document screenshots, times, dates, locations, specific grievances. And you're gonna line it up And at some point, you're gonna have to confront this person and say, listen, I don't know what the source is, but how you're communicating to me right now is unacceptable, and it's not the type of bullshit that I'm gonna tolerate anymore. And either we figure out a way that we can we don't need to be friends, we don't need to hang out outside of this, but either we can go ahead and work together in a professional and constructive manner, or I have no choice but to go to HR. It's pretty much it. That's all you can do. And a lot of people that I talk to, I give this advice to them, they're very uncomfortable with actually having this conversation. That conversation is uncomfortable, but it does not outweigh the amount of discomfort that you're gonna have constantly dealing with this person's crap. So if that doesn't actually work, the next best thing for you to go ahead and do is to actually give them fair warning, because I believe that everybody should get a second chance, or like an opportunity to kind of redeem themselves, right? Go to HR and say, this is actually causing me a lot of anxiety on the job and I don't need it. And this is actually costing the company money. It's very unfortunate, but most companies do not care about their employees' mental health. But holding up production at a company, causing delays, costing the company money, now that's just something, universally speaking, they can really get behind. So then they're gonna go ahead and have a chat with them. The third thing that you can go ahead and do is you can actually, if it doesn't seem like anybody cares at all, which is rare, but I have met some extreme cases of workplace bullying where HR ganged up on the person with the person that was bullying the person that reported it. In the last 7.5 years that I've been working in coaching, and in the 3 years I was working in tech recruiting, I can count on one hand how many times that's happened. Unfortunately speaking, if it comes down to that, you just have to go ahead and leave. It really sucks, because I think what most people want is to stay at their job. That was even when the market was good, because nobody enjoys job hunting. But now that the market is as chaotic as it is, why should you have to be the one to leave? You shouldn't. But, if that's like an overall bad shop, this is not an isolated incident, you have no other choice but to do so. The fourth thing that you can do, and you absolutely need to do, and I encourage everybody to start doing since 2022, is actually start their own personal brand, get on YouTube, start doing coaching, start doing consulting. And most people just don't know where to start. I have every possible side hustle that you can think of working in tech, leveraging your title, your experience, and your background to start generating side income stream. You just basically have to start, and you can access it all in school. As the market grows more chaotic, the expectations of this role in our industry is only going up. So even people that were nominally sane when times were okay, they have now become, a lot of them have become very different people, considering the amount of stress that they're on. And they're also a victim too, right, of this type of economy, of just really ineffective management of the economy. I won't get too political there, but that creates a lot of stress for people. So going into 2025, you just, either way, even back in 2019, 2018, 2017, I've told people, be as diversified as you possibly can, because that's the best place for you to be, is to be as diversified as you possibly can. Okay, with that said, my name is Rich. This is Boss Foundry. If you are interested in learning how to start a side hustle, click on the school link. It's there. See you soon.